You ever wake up and you feel anxious for no reason? I woke up today and I immediately started thinking of everything that I had to do. I'm a new dad, so whatever I do in life right now, I have to put it around my son and my wife. I need to make sure I plan everything accordingly. My routine is no longer my routine. My routine is now my son's routine and my wife's routine. And I'm not upset about that, but I got into deep thought because I started thinking about things I didn't even really need to think about, at least not right now. I started thinking about how am I gonna put my son on the bus? What time do I have to pick my son up? And how's my schedule gonna be at work? And then I remembered something that a wise man once told me. He said, anxiety is basically when you're focused on the future. Depression is when your mind is focused on the past. Whenever you think about something that's even a minute ahead of right now, the present moment, if it's an hour away, a day away, a week away, nothing wrong with planning. But once you start getting into the details of things, you become anxious. Whenever you are sad, whenever you are reminiscing or just thinking about a sad moment in your life, something that happened, you could either get PTSD or you can just get depression if your mind stays there. And so I thought about it and I said, man, this must be a mechanism that God has created on purpose. Because whenever you think about the future, you get anxious. But whenever you think about the past, you get depressed. So I feel like God created this mechanism so that we can stay in the present moment. And once I thought about that, I said, all right, I need to immediately just say, God, thank you for waking me up right now. I turned to the right, I looked at my son, and I'm like, man, he's breathing, he's well, my wife is well. What's next? Hey, there's a lot on my agenda today. Let me tell you something. In this crib right here, there was a whole bunch of laundry. I just threw it on that seat so that you guys can't see it. And I would show you, but I got this camera in the perfect angle. But there's a lot that I gotta do. So right now I'm learning as a new father how to prioritize and how to give myself a pat on the back for little wins. If there was a box, right? This box is right here. If I empty this box and throw it out, that's a huge win for me. That's all I need to do. Well, at least I got rid of the box on the floor that was there. You got to take it one day at a time. See, me, I'm someone who's very goal-oriented. I like to set these goals and then accomplish them. I like to just do things and just get it done. But now I need to just give myself some leeway because having a son, it's tough. Because you could easily do 24-hour shifts. And listen, I'm off working a 24-hour shift because there's housework you need to do. And then you can't just go to sleep and ignore your kid. You got to help them. Got to change their diapers. You got to help your wife feed them if you're a good husband, if you're a good baby daddy, right? So it could easily turn out to be a 24-hour job. And so right now I'm just giving myself some leeway and I'm saying, hey, I'm in a transition phase of my life. Something that has been bothering me is I like to work out. The dopamine that is released when I work out feels so good. And when I don't get that in a week, I just don't feel like me. Because it's so easy to just start eating whatever you could find in the house. It's so easy to break your routine, so easy to break your discipline, and then, boom, you gain all this weight. And then you just end up in a rabbit hole of you losing your self-esteem, losing your confidence. And if you don't have that and you're the head of your family, what else do you have? So that's why I've been prioritizing. I've been prioritizing what do I need to do today that will help me just feel good? What's the major thing that if I could accomplish, I'll feel good? So today, my goal was to go to the gym. I have a gym that's literally right next to my house. And I have a love-hate relationship with the gym because I've been doing martial arts for at least 8 years of my life. It's not something that I brag about. But I actually used to work at a martial arts studio. So that's the workout I'm used to. I do live a little bit further away from the gym, the martial arts gym, but I would always make that sacrifice to go and just be there. Now it's a little bit harder having a kid. So when I go to the gym, I do the same workouts I would do as if I was working at the martial arts, which is a whole bunch of calisthenics. But it's not the same. So I know everything is temporary right now. One of my dreams was to eventually get a black belt. It's a lifelong journey for me. But right now it's taking a little bit longer than I would want it to take. And at the dojo, when you haven't been there, you just don't feel like yourself because, I used to be very nice, not to just toot my own horn. But like, when you put the gloves on and you haven't trained in a minute, and then you start training with these young dogs, pop, 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 and this I can't get my lick back. And it makes you doubt yourself. Am I nice? But I'm not doubting myself. I'm just going to do the little bit that I can do. Me being a martial artist, me being who I am, I realized the whole point and purpose of my life is just, hey, I just want to be healthy. I want to be healthy for my son. I want to be healthy for my wife. I want to be here tomorrow. I want to create that time, that freedom to enjoy the things that I really appreciate. One thing I'm happy about is I'm creating more time in my schedule. I'm giving myself some leeway because I would work 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days sometimes. Just make it more and more money. And what's crazy is while I'm at work, I'll feel so unhappy. I'd get the paycheck and I'd be like, damn, this is a lot of money. But then I would think about the basic things I would do when I wasn't working that much. I would think about just going to the gym. I would think about training. I would think about just every little thing I would do, just watching a show on Netflix. And then I was just asking myself, like, what am I doing all this for? I'm getting more money, but I'm not even enjoying the things that makes me happy. And then that made me anxious. And then I was burnt out. So it's just a crazy cycle. I don't know if you're experiencing burnout. I don't know if you're experiencing anxiety or depression. But one thing I want to tell you is focus on the present moment and think about what makes you happy. If you are an artist and you like to draw, or if you like to make music, sing, rap, if you like to work out, prioritize that in your schedule. Make sure you give yourself a chance to do that because that's what's truly going to make you feel happy. Because after getting that much money, I'm not going to lie to you. I always said I wanted to make 6 figures. I made 6 figures. I thought, okay, maybe if I just make a little bit more, multiple 6 figures, I'll be happy. I've made multiple 6 figures. And I'm not saying this to just show off, but it didn't make me happy. Me losing that time, me not doing the little things that I like to do, like training or working out or just being with my family or watching just a Netflix show, made me anxious. I didn't have peace of mind. So I want you to think about the little things in your life that you just enjoy to do when you were a kid. For example, playing video games. I used to play video games all the time. But then as I grew up, I'm like, all right, I can't play video games because I need to be more focused and I got to be more disciplined. I stopped playing video games, started working more. And I said, all right, once I'm done working, once I'm done accomplishing this goal, I'm going to play video games. Now, I have an Xbox sitting here and I can't even touch it. I feel like I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my life. But you know what's crazy now? The other day, I just picked up the Xbox and I started playing video games because I was actually trying to escape my reality. I was trying to escape the pressures of just being an adult. No, I needed a fictional environment for me to just be. I had to escape. And I realized sometimes that's good. To just have an escape. Find that escape. Find what makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, there's 7 days in a week. And none of us know which one of our days is our last day. I'm not trying to sound negative. But if you're not going to do what's going to make you happy, make you feel good, you are going to end up in limbo. You are going to end up stressed, anxious, depressed, and you'll never enjoy this present moment. So find out what you love, and you will enjoy this present moment. Thank you guys. Peace.